Welcome to New Voices by Naja Unlocked magazine. This is where style, spirit, and self is unlocked. We're having meaningful conversations with creatives of all kinds. And today we are with a fashion designer and a trendsetter in the DMV area. I was delighted to meet her at her fashion show, Threads of Devine. Please welcome Moziqe Devine.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Naja.
Hey.
Definitely great to be here. As Naja just stated, I'm a fashion designer, trendsetter. Her words.
I had the pleasure of meeting you or finding out about you through TikTok. Just scrolling, and I saw your commercial for your fashion show.
Yes.
And so I sent it to my friend. I'm like, we have to go, like, just to put ourselves out there and, like, connect. So once we got there, we saw all the vendors, the red carpet. We had live performances. So can you tell us about, like, the journey to creating your first fashion show?
Yes. So I originally wanted to have a fashion show when I first learned how to sew, which was about roughly a year, some months ago, a year or two ago. Because I was making pieces and I was like, ooh, like, I want this to be on the runway. Like, I want other people to see it. And at the time I was at this community center, and they had like a program going on, and it was like all of us can put our stuff on the runway. But that didn't end up working out. Once that happened, I began to make my own pieces because I rebranded my brand, and I wanted to start making custom pieces rather than buying clothes from like manufacturers and things like that. So once I began making my own pieces, I had the idea to once again put myself on the runway. So we began to do that. And then I wanted to make it like a community-based things, like not just about my brand, but, having vendors come out to sell their stuff, having different designers in the fashion show to showcase their designs and their brand, alongside of bringing out the community with, local artists as well. So it was a fashion show to display my newest collection, but it was also a fashion show for other designers and really just local Black-owned artists, creators, business to come together and the community to come out to support them.
Yes, I love that. And something that I picked up on from the fashion show was that you went through your different eras of life. It went from like the 90s and then to your school era and your grown woman era and then your elegant divine era. So talk us through how you wanted to bring about that storytelling and share like who you are and where you are now.
Yes. I've just been really in tune with like myself this past year. I feel like I have gone through a lot of different experiences in my life where I have a story to tell. And me personally, I don't really like being vulnerable because I don't like people feel bad for me, because of the things that I've gone through, because I am who I am, and like those things don't define me. It just made me who I am, you know? So it's like I don't like telling people, like I don't really like talking about my story. However, I know that my story can inspire somebody else. It can help somebody else. You never know what somebody else is going through or who's going through the same similar thing as you. So I just try to, shine my light and tell my story. I feel like I've been hearing all year, like, tell your story. And I'm like, how do I tell my story? I don't want to tell my story. I don't want to get on Instagram and talk about who I am. I don't want to be vulnerable. I don't want to be. But, at the fashion show, I kind of, opened up. Told people about who I am, my story. I didn't really get into the depths of, some of the things I experienced because once again, I don't want to be looked at as a victim or like for people to feel bad for me. But I want people to know that they can overcome as long as they keep going, and whatever they want or like the passion that they have for something, they can accomplish whatever they want as long as they keep going.
Absolutely. New magazine is really big on self-expression and figuring out who you are as a person and then sharing that or just living in that authentically. So when did it start for you that you started to express yourself through clothes?
I think that Well, me personally, I've always found a way to express myself through my appearance. Whether that was through hair, makeup, clothes too. But I think that since I was younger, like I've always, I'm the youngest of 4 girls.
Oh, y'all was busy.
Yeah, so I'm the youngest, so I'm always in my sister's closet, her makeup, like I'm always just messing around with people's stuff. So I had the experience to like see fashion in a different way and like express myself through clothes, whether I was wearing their clothes or my clothes or just playing dress up. So to answer your question, since a very young age.
Okay.
But growing up and like actually finding out my style and who I am, I would say maybe 18, 17. Once I actually like went out on my own, I started to wear like, I don't want it to sound crazy, but
I mean, like it's part of growth.
Yeah, like just showing off my body a little bit more, revealing, seeing what fits me and what looks good on me. Because when I was in high school, I was just, wear jeans and like a t-shirt, like basic clothes. But once I started like getting my own money, like being on my own, going to stores like by myself with my friends, I kind of like experienced different things.
So how would you describe your style now as a grown woman?
Now, I don't like wearing a lot of like revealing clothes. Despite the shirt I have on. But yes, I don't like really showing my body as much. I don't feel comfortable not that I don't feel comfortable. It's
like a time and a place.
When I was younger, and when I say younger, I mean a few years ago, I used to wear I would literally leave out the house and wear like a sheer top, sheer leggings, sheer pants, whole butt out,
same.
Stuff like that. Same. And it's like nowadays I would never I wouldn't leave out like that no more because I'm older now. I haven't sat down to realize why, but it definitely comes with maturity and growth.
Yeah.
Just like I don't want people to look at my body like that, and I don't want to be viewed as that either.
Do you go for just like a more modest look?
I like to do like a modest sexy, and that's actually like what I kind of rebranded my brand into, Devine, my clothing brand, because once again, when I was younger, and I feel like with time I've grown with my brand, because when I was younger I was wearing like the revealing clothes, the see-through and stuff like that. And so I was selling that type of stuff. And so now with me making my own clothes and me growing up with my brand, I now sell like the modest, sexy type of clothing. Like a flowy dress. Like I can still be covered and still feel beautiful.
All of it covered and still giving sex.
Yes, see, exactly.
At your show, you had a lot of people that you were working with. How did you come about building that community to come together for that event?
I just feel like when it's God, and it's aligned, people, just come to you, like us, just met. As far as the whole, everybody I was working with, the models, it was all alignment, for real. I met a few models, I knew a few models, and then I was introduced to a few models, so that was like the whole models. I reached out to a few models as well. So it was a models aspect. As far as the venue, I know the owner, that's actually my family, so I was able to have the venue there. As far as the performance, I knew the performance as well. Childhood friends, and then once again alignment with God. One of the performers was Sky XO. She was a performer, she was a model. She helped with production, she helped behind the scenes. She was a very, very big help. And I want to give her a shout out, Sky XO. Make sure y'all go tap in with her.
Yes, shout out to her.
She's great. She sings, she dances, she models, she's a videographer, photographer. She does it all. And I really appreciate her because she was actually a big part of the show as well. Just hoping they run along. As well as my mom, she was a huge part. We kind of put the show on together. As far as marketing, promotion, like we put in really put in a lot of work and just making sure that everything was aligned. She kept me on my P's and Q's, you know, with the journey, because when you have an event, and especially it's your first event, it's like you have to have a lot of faith.
Yeah.
You have to keep going, even when it looks bad. You got to keep going, and she was like a big part of that. Some days I'm like, I don't know. She's like, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, and like as a guest, it was okay. Like I would have never known about any of the trials or tribulations that you had, because everything was fine.
Thank you.
It all
I appreciate
flowed.
that.
You know, I would like to now move into, or just know more about your journey to even getting here. So I know you said that you took a sewing class and you started to learn how to design your own clothes instead of just going to fast fashion. What was that decision that made you want to learn how to sew?
So I started my brand in 2020. I originally was supposed to be selling eyelashes. It was going to be a business called like My Lash or something like that. I ended up ordering the lashes and stuff. I did my research, had the prices, everything was set. I ordered them from like China, but it was during a Chinese holiday, so it was like a pause in it. It was like February. COVID ended up happening, so by the time they were ready to ship the lashes, COVID happened. We were sent home from school, so everything just kind of got mixed up, and so the lashes never arrived to me. So I was kind of devastated. They did ship the lashes, but I believe somebody stole them. UPS, whatever was going on at that time. Anyway, so I was devastated. I'm like, I want to do this business. So I ended up, was like, I'm not going to just do lashes. I'm going to do clothes as well. So I did my research again, started ordering inventory. I did lashes as well. So I had like hair accessories, I had lashes, lip gloss, and then I was doing clothes as well. So that was the start of my business. It was called Devine Collections at the time, because it was a collection of items.
Yes.
And so I was selling trendy wholesale clothes. But the thing about that was everybody was selling the same thing at the time. And I wanted my stuff to stand apart, and I wanted it to be different. So the way I did that is by making it affordable. Even though I was selling the same things, it was like a cheaper price for me. Now I was still making profit and stuff like that, but more people would come to me because, you know, they might see this for $50, but I'm selling it for $30. You know, so that was that. But moving along, I got tired of seeing people sell the same stuff as me.
Yeah.
So it's like I want to sell stuff different. So I started looking at different apparel and pieces online. But I couldn't find anything that I genuinely love. So then I was like, okay, I just want to start making my own clothes. So that's what made me want to start sewing.
We have a few similarities because when it comes to the magazine idea, it didn't start with the magazine. It started with me writing a blog and just kind of like talking about my own personal life and just sharing and expressing through that. And then one day I was just trying to figure out how I could be like financially independent or financially free. So I'm like, okay, a lot of people is doing like the digital products thing. So I was like, maybe I'll start selling digital products online. And I had the thought of like, okay, I want to sell digital products, but not just one thing.
Yeah.
So like maybe I'll do like a magazine of things, like, you know how in a magazine you see all these ads or promotions. Yeah, so I'm like, okay, it'll be like a magazine of all of my products. And I was like, wait, I also have that blog. It could be like a column in the magazine, and like it just started to snowball. And I was like, I could just do it. Like I just do the whole thing, just do a real magazine. And so now the whole digital product thing is like so far from my brain, but that's kind of what got me here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like we have some similarities in that of like it kind of starting in one area and just kind of building towards something else. I actually do have Moziqe Devine's lip gloss on right now. I've been loving it. This is the cinnamon roll shade.
It's new.
Period.
I have mine on too. I have the pink baby doll. Make sure y'all go shop. Lip gloss, baby doll, cinnamon roll. Those are the two ones that I have in stock right now.
So I know you're a pretty multifaceted person. Outside of fashion, what is some other things that you have a passion for?
I think in life, my passion is to help people overall. So like, once again, like telling my story or just introducing anything to somebody, I feel like that makes me feel good. But as far as what I do and my passions, I have a career in HR, human resources. I went to school at North Carolina Central University for business administration and the concentration in HR. So I have a bachelor's in business administration, a concentration in HR. So I do HR work, which is human resources. And that's more so just helping people like on the job, orientations, onboarding, things like that. As far as like outside of my career, what I do, I have a nonprofit organization called Divine Power, where I mentor young women in Washington, D.C. high school students ages 13 to 17. We talk about a variety of things, including professionalism, etiquette, sisterhood, emotional intelligence, and then we also introduce the topic of aesthetics to them, which is because I'm a licensed esthetician. I do facials and waxing, but we tell them about all of the services that you can do as an esthetician. So we do waxing, lashes, facials, skincare, different things like that, and we bring in guest speakers who are actually in those professions, the beauty professions, to come in and speak to them, give them some insight about entrepreneurship, their journey, and the things that they went through and how they overcame them. I'm currently actually at my alumni high school, McKinley Tech. So it actually felt really good to go in, talk to them because they sat in the same seats that I was once sitting in. And if I was in those seats when I was younger, I would have loved to hear some of that, insight and information, because I feel like I would be further along if somebody would came in, an entrepreneur that looked like me, and said, oh, I'm doing this and this and this. It's like, oh, I can do that too, at a younger age. So I would have gotten started a little earlier. So yeah, I just, once again, I love giving back. I love helping and contributing in any kind of way that I can. So that's why I love my mentoring program. I also have a clothing business. It's called Devine. Once again, I just rebranded this year to making custom and altered pieces. So just putting my own touch on some of the clothing that I get and then making my own pieces from scratch. That brand was created to just instill the confidence in women from their parents and what they wear, and then letting them know once again that they don't have to wear revealing clothes or show their body to feel sexy. Like, I make pieces that are beautiful and that you will feel confident and beautiful in without having to show too much. And yeah, so that's what I do.
Girl, you do it all.
Yeah.
What don't you do? It's so crazy to me that we both went to Central at the same time and just completely miss each other.
I know.
Like, I'm like, how did that happen? I mean, I feel like we probably both was like super quiet.
Yeah,
or in
sure.
our own worlds.
Yeah, I feel like I don't want to get too much into like the dynamics of Central, but I think with me coming from the city and being from the city and going to the country, it was just different.
I get it. I feel it.
So I wasn't really like that social and did too much. I kind of was by myself.
Yeah, I feel the same. And I'm going to say this very candidly because if you're from DC, but I feel like being from the city and going to North Carolina, I feel like this is no shade.
I didn't know what you were about to say.
This is no shade, but I feel like if you are kind of champ in DC, you're going to do great in North Carolina.
Literally.
Alright, y'all, we had a few little technical difficulties, but we are stronger than that and we're back. So, just picking up where we left off. I was talking to Moziqe about her mentorship program that she does with young girls. I wanted to know from you, what is the main thing that you want the girls to take away from your program? Like, what is the biggest thing that you want to teach them?
Well, within the dynamics that we are in now, like today with the younger generation, whether that is with like, the YN epidemic or like anything like that, I think that it's important to give the youth what they need. When we look at like situations and crimes and stuff like that, we notice like currently in today, DC, the younger generation is who's doing the crime, and it's like when you want to be mad, like, oh, they're doing this, they're doing that, but if when you really sit back and dissect it, it's like, why are they doing this?
Yeah.
What do they need? Like, why? What is the primary reason for a child to go out and, you know, rob someone for their money? Mm-hmm. Maybe they're in need of food. Maybe they need money. And I'm not saying or justifying their actions because it's not right. But if you don't give a child what they need, they're going to go out and get what they need on their own, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah.
Back when I was growing up in DC, there was a lot of like programs and recreation centers that I could go to get support. So I wanted to create a program where I was able to, you know, give back, because a lot of the programs and stuff that I went to helped me to be who I am today, whether that was financially or just giving support. Like, for example, I went to a lot of different programs after school, and they provided, you know, finances for me going, whether that was literally a check for going to this program, giving my time, or through scholarships. You know, I gained a lot of different scholarships with the programs that I went to, and that contributed to me going to college. And I actually graduated from college debt-free.
Woo! Let's give it up for that.
Yeah, debt-free, and at the top of my class. And I know that it's because of the scholarships that I had, but it was also the support, because I had a lot of different mentors and people that instilled love, knowledge, and so much time into me. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to create that program and that opportunity for young people today. Young women, unfortunately, I can't really, I can give back to the males, and I want to eventually, but right now I'm able to really relate and focus on women, young women. It just feels good to give back to a young lady, whether that's one, whether that's 10, 15, 100, that was sitting in a spot in the same seat that I was once sitting in, and doing the things and have their whole life ahead of them, just like I did at one point, and I still do. But, you know, just being younger, just to give back and provide the opportunities that I didn't have, and some of the opportunities that I actually did have, you know, just giving it back to them. It's just a beautiful thing.
I really do admire that about you. I think that's super important. Any change, whether big or small, in these young girls' lives, I'm sure will make a huge difference. Sorry. And, you know, I also want to circle back to your business, Devine. I want to know, like, what will this year, 2026, look like for you?
Yes. So with me making custom pieces and altered pieces, I want to really highlight my collections and what I put out. So I think I'm going to have a lot of different events centered around, you know, my collections and me putting it out for sale, because, you know, it's my work and it's my creation, and it makes me happy, it makes me proud to know that I'm actually able to create a form of clothing, you know, an article of clothing. And I do plan on having another fashion show for the spring, summer, so make sure y'all stay tuned. It's going to be coming up very soon. And yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see your journey. How do you come up with an idea? Like, okay, if you say, all right, we're making some clothes today, how do you come up with a concept of what you want to make, how you want to style it? Do you sketch it first? Like, what's your process?
How I do it now is I would think of idea. I make a lot of what I would wear. Once again, with me growing with my brand, a lot of the things that I have put out is something that I would wear myself. So I kind of like think of something that I would like or I would wear, and then I'll just try to make it. I kind of do like a lot of draping and like just freestyling, but I do want to, you know, do it from scratch, make the sketch, you know, make the patterns and do it like that. But right now I'm just freestyling.
Hey, it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong. It seems to be working so far. Yeah. So the theme of this first issue in New Magazine is all about starting fresh.
Yes.
So I would like to know from you, Moziqe, what starting fresh means to you. And we're going to play a game about, like, just, again, going through your different eras, how you've had to start fresh, and also, like, where you want to where you might want to start fresh later on.
Okay.
All right. So the first question is, what is one thing that you learned to leave behind? And this is like rapid fire.
One thing I learned to leave behind is toxic situations and things that's not good for me.
Okay, period.
Mm-hmm.
If you could start fresh in one city, where would it be?
If I could start fresh in one city, I would say
Not North Carolina.
not North Carolina. No. Let's just go with St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. You know, the beach.
Period.
The islands.
Period. Oh, that's
Put me on the island.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
If you could revisit a moment or a trend from your past that you love, what would it be? Like, I know for me, I used to love platform shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Those platform sneakers had me on a chokehold.
Yes.
So what's one thing for you?
I
know you said you used to do the sheer.
Oh no.
Sheer shirt, sheer
I
leggings.
remember
That's a trend that's like not going back to that.
Ever. I was just thinking about that because it's like looking back, I'm so embarrassed. I used to wear the sheer top with the black bra. Mm-hmm. It's like, that's so tight.
Girl, we all did.
But
that was like what,
back,
2016, 2017?
Yeah, 2018.
Yeah, we all was doing
But
it.
looking back, it's so cringy. Like, why would I wear that?
Like, where the rest of your clothes at?
And then a bra. Girl, you wear a bra outside, basically. Like,
so, with these few questions, you will answer, that's so me or that's so not me. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm going to give you a few prompts and you'll just respond with that.
Okay.
All right. I plan outfit days in advance.
That's so not me.
Really? You like to just do it spontaneous?
Yes, and that's the horrible thing. One thing about this year,
mm-hmm.
and this is something I really, really, really am going to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Procrastinating and like time management.
Oh, girl. Tell me about it.
Because I had a lot of different events and stuff going on, mm-hmm. and I waited to the last minute. So I had to just wear what I had or pick out an outfit at the last minute or make something really quickly. Mm-hmm. And I don't like that. I like showing up and looking my best. And, you know, really looking like I put a lot of time into the event, but mm-hmm. not my actual appearance. And that was one of the issues I had this year. Whether that was with my birthday, the fashion shows, my rebrand event, everything. Like, everything was just kind of like last minute.
All right. I would wear heels anywhere.
So not me.
Now, just really quickly, you can answer this as however you want to. Starting over excites me more than it scares me. Why or why not?
I'm not gonna lie, I really do enjoy fresh starts mm-hmm. because it's like new opportunities.
Yeah.
And it's like you never know what may come of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a person of like faith. Like I always think all good things will happen. So when it's a new start, a fresh start, it's like, dang, I get all new stuff. Like mm-hmm. imagine like you may have, let me think. I don't want to say nothing bad, but like sometimes fresh starts come from bad stuff.
Yeah.
So like
you forced into it.
Yeah, like imagine you have a U-Haul packed and the U-Haul opened up on the highway and you mm-hmm. lost all of your stuff in the U-Haul. So now you gotta go out and get all new clothes. A person might look at that and be like, dang, like I just lost all my stuff. I have to get all new stuff. Mm-hmm. But then another perspective would be like, oh my God, I get the opportunity to get all new clothes, a whole new wardrobe, new shoes, you know, all new stuff. So mm-hmm. it's like, with fresh starts, I guess it depends on the perspective that you look at it at because it could be great.
That's so true because I have went to Cabo for my birthday mm-hmm. and my phone fell into the pool. Mm-hmm. I did not have any pictures backed up. I did not have anything saved.
Gosh.
And so when I got a new phone, I was forced to start fresh.
Yes,
like,
it would hurt. Like, I don't know.
It did hurt. It absolutely did hurt because I am a person that I love pictures and memories and going back down memory lane. So there is like a chunk of my life that is just gone.
Yes, I mean, yeah.
But it's like I was also able to like start fresh and like see a new era, at least through my phone. I'm on my phone all day.
Yeah.
When you're starting over, even if it does excite you, there's always a little bit of fear because it's like the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So I think it kind of goes together, but the excitement should
override it.
Yeah.
I think when it's a forced fresh start, it's like more like harder to accept because it's like, I didn't ask for this, I don't want this. Rather with me saying like, oh, I'm about to just go up and move to New York. It's like, that's what I want to do. I want to have a fresh start for myself. So it's like, I'm more eager to do that rather than I have to move to New York because I done lost my home and that's the only place I have to go.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. God forbid.
In the building stages of your business, any of your businesses, whether that is your career in HR, your esthetician business, or your clothing brand, when it comes to building and having to network and align, how do you go about it?
When it comes to talking to people and, you know, meeting new people, if I have a meaning or a purpose behind me talking to or meeting them, it flows so much naturally and I don't really care. Like, for example, if I'm going to talk to somebody about my business, I'm confident about my business because I know everything about my business. So I can go ahead and freely talk to you like, hey, like I have this business, But as far as like making new friends, it's kind of different. I don't know. I'm very comfortable when it comes to networking for like my business and things that I got going on because I want them to succeed, and in order for them to succeed, you got to tell people about it because nobody knows unless you tell them. So just starting off, that's one thing I know. Like if I do a pop-up event, I'm going to talk to all of the vendors. You know, just talking. I feel like the world, like we all need each other. We all humans. Like we all here together. We're the community. Yeah. So it's us.
I agree.
You gotta talk. It's kind of just me on my team. I'm building a team. You gotta have a team.
Yeah.
That's one thing I learned.
Absolutely.
You have to have a team. Like you can't do everything. You can do everything on your own. It's just gonna take much more time, much more effort, and just much more energy. And it's people around you that are better at certain skills and aspects that they can do something in their sleep, something that you working on for 10, 12 hours, they can do in their sleep because that's their specialty, their forte. So it's like, why work harder when you could just work smarter and work with somebody else? So that's one thing I have learned with growing my brand. Like you do need a team, you need people to work with, bounce different ideas off of, like just to succeed and go out. I seen this quote yesterday too. It said, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much.
When you're living authentically as yourself, the people that you're supposed to be around and building and networking with, they'll start to align, like just kind of fall in, and it'll be like God, like it'll just be
alignment.
And speaking of that, when it comes to living authentically and knowing who you are and who to be aligned with, that's something that New Magazine is really big on. I really want to start the conversation about finding yourself, figuring out who you are through different creative modes, whether that's fashion, music, beauty, health and wellness, and then once you figure out who you are, going and expressing that like unapologetically, whatever. Who cares what anybody has to say if that's who you are and how you want to express. So I want to ask you, like, how did you get to, I mean, nobody fully knows who they are, like, completely. We're always learning. But how did you get to the point of understanding yourself better? And I know you express that through fashion and beauty and things like that, but how did you get to that point?
Just not conforming to trends and things that I see people doing. Like I've always had a mind of my own and I wasn't afraid to stand out. Like I kind of always was the person that, like the outcast. When it comes to different trends and things, like even going back to like when people was doing and all that, like I never posed like that. I'll always do a cute smile because that's who I am. Like I never did something because I seen somebody else do it, or you know, just because it was a trend or that's what everybody was doing. So I feel like I kind of always been like authentically myself. I never, like, even when I was in high school, people used to call me childish and all this stuff because I was always jolly and happy. Like I wasn't, you know, fast, wasn't doing things I shouldn't have been doing. Like, what? So, I always, like, stood, like, I went, like, even though somebody called me childish, that don't mean I'm about to go out and do what you're doing. No, I'd rather be childish. I'm myself. I am who I am, and I'm happy with who I am. So that kind of always been me. And I just always kept it up. Like, I don't have to, even though, like, I might see 10 people on TikTok with a new outfit. That don't mean I want the outfit.
Yeah. No, I think that it does answer my question, and it's also really helpful to understand you better. And as a designer, like, you're coming straight from yourself and your thoughts, and not following any trends or worrying about what anybody else is doing.
Well, sometimes in fashion, you do kind of have to look at what's hot right now, what's going to be hot in the future. But that don't mean make the same exact piece somebody else made. It's like, make it yourself, make it you, like, authentically yourself. Like, it may be, just add a few things, or even if you do, like, make a trendy piece, adding stuff that makes it different, adding stuff that makes it yourself, like, that's something that you love. Alongside of having a team, you also have to have the right heart posture and purpose, because at the end of the day, like, yes, you want to make money, like, the money gonna come with it regardless, but it's all about the people that you're serving, the people that your audience, the people that you're serving, what you're doing it for. Like, me making clothes, like, I love to make clothes. That's what got me started. But it's also like, what do I want to give out to the people? Like, I want a person to feel confident. I want them to have clothes that they can put on and be fully covered but still feel beautiful. And I want to give that to other people. So I'm not going to just focus on, I want to make $1, like, I want to make this. No, I want to serve people. It's all about community. How can I help the next person? What am I doing for the next person? Whether that's your audience or whether that's even collaborating with somebody else. Like, how can I bring what I'm doing good for the people on this earth? How can I bring that to more people on this earth?
So I won't keep you for long. I just have one more question.
Yeah.
What is something that young women should talk about more or learn about before starting a business?
They should definitely know their why. What is the purpose of doing this, and making sure that it's not just for money. Once again, the money gonna come with, if it's right, it's for you, the money's gonna come with it. I think it's important to be aligned with God, putting God first, and doing it for an actual purpose. Not just doing it because you see somebody else doing it and they succeeded, but doing it because it's something that you really want to do. You gotta have a lot. First of all, you have to be, as an entrepreneur, you really have to be a good person. Like, you can't, as a good entrepreneur, because there's some corrupt people out here that have businesses and that will, scam. But in order to have a business, you don't have to be a good person. That's real. You don't. But I would like you to.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Because I mean, like, look at these billionaires. Like,
they aren't good.
They're not good people.
Just to answer the question, I would say you gotta know your why. It's good to have integrity. It's good to be a good person. You don't want to be putting out BS and giving it to the world, knowing that it's not right.
And just to add on to it, it's like, your name travels.
Yes.
So, like, if you do good business, other people would talk about you. Like, okay, I worked with this girl. She did really good business. And if they have something or know somebody who might need your services or your products, they can, like, spread the word. And, instead of having, like, a whole bunch of bad reviews.
Exactly.
Of somebody getting scammed or done wrong. So, thank you so much for joining me and being the first person that I got to feature in my new magazine.
Period.
That's really, really important to me.
Yes, I'm excited for
and
you.
I appreciate you so much because I'm, like, as we talk about building and networking, I'm in the ground floor building, and you have been, like, one of the first people that I've been able to connect with and build onto that connection. So, yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. You're giving me the opportunity to do some of my first endeavors. Is that how you say it? Endeavors?
Endeavors.
Ah! You're gonna be the opportunity to do some of my first endeavors, which is, you know, interviewing and talking. Just me personally, I feel like going back to like telling my story, but just being able to talk, you know, and tell different pieces of my life, and you ask me questions, it really helps. So I appreciate you.
Yeah.
And this is something I really have been wanting to do for a long time.
Yeah, so I'm really grateful that we got to work together, and I don't think it'll be the last time that we work together.
Make sure y'all follow me on TikTok, Shop Devine Co, and then on Instagram at shopdevine.co. So that's SHOPDEVINE.co, and then on TikTok SHOPDEVINECO. New stuff coming soon. Make sure y'all stay tuned.
Thank you all for watching this interview of New Voices by Naja Unlocked magazine. Stay tuned for Mozique's article. It will be in our first ever issue that is launching January 8th. Coming soon, coming very soon. And I'm going to talk to y'all later.
Yes,
bye.
I'm so excited.